There we go. What's up, guys? How's it going? It's Julian. We're streaming. I'm pulling up the chat right now. Good to see you all. I hope you all are doing well. I'm gonna hit play on this while I'm pulling this up. Jorge, what's good, dude? Dean, what's up? I'm good. Just working on techno. You know how that goes. Hey, Julian, haven't spoken in a while. Yeah, it's been a minute, dude. How are you doing? I started this thing yesterday. It's still like really early stages. The reason why I haven't made any more progress on it is just because I had the idea for this synth, which I thought was too good. Like I couldn't forget that, so I put it into the computer. But I'm actually working on another techno track right now, so I just haven't worked on this one that much, but I am going to work on it on the stream today. I have a kick. Pretty much, this is just like this lead. I also have this one. Which is cool. But it's kind of just like in the background. I'm going to save it for another part. Yeah, and then I have this kick, which I sampled from Spectre, Gates of Dawn. We're at the same BPM as that track as well. We're at 128. But I'll show you, like... Just sampled this kick out of the intro. It's a good way to get started quickly, because... you can hear the difference. Like, let's say I just grab a kick out of a sample pack, right? Like, let's just look up Junction. Trying to find one that's kind of similar, but like not quite, you know. Yeah, okay, let's say I take a kick like this, right? Like we'll just put this in here. You can hear the difference. Like I'll go between this one and the other kick. The Spectre kick is actually a little bit quieter, but it's just a bit better. So yeah, it's just a good way to quickly get started here. Pure Dance, the genius again. Hello. You guys are all geniuses. I'm gonna work on this kick a little though. I'm going to put a bit of drum bass on it. Well, that sounds really huge on the headphones. Nice. Just trying to take a moment there and get the kick sounding right. Do you know how to recognize good music? Space between sound. Interesting. I don't know exactly how you mean that, but it sounds like a good idea. I mean, I kind of know what you're talking about. Like, I think what he's talking about is kind of like really good music has like space in it. Like, if you listen to like a really, really good example of this that I can think of is like Jamie XX, right? Like, his music is pretty minimal if you listen to it. Like, I'm trying to find a good example of this. Like, listen to Loud Places. Like, it's very simple. It's not trying to throw too many things at you. It's like kind of the space between the sounds. I feel like I shouldn't. I'm like tempted to sidechain this lead, but I feel like I probably shouldn't. Alright, let's take that. I'm gonna put a high pass on it. I'm gonna just put that in there on that beat to give this something kind of bright. Yeah, there we go. So now we're getting that sharp mid-range hi-hat from this one. And we have something kind of brighter on top of it. Jack D, thank you for subscribing. I bet I'm not having the chat on the screen there. But yeah, you got it. No. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Paul K. What type of music is that? Hold on, we're gonna get some vocals.
And only what's real.
No, that's like an effect. Let's see what that sounds like. Oh, this is in like triplets, but I'm pretty sure if I just do this, I can change that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, that sounds sick. It's really progressive. Let's make this a little bit less frequent. I've been using the sidetrance vocals a lot lately. I find... Oh no, we should have that actually on the ones where the lead isn't hitting. But yeah, I find these sidetrance vocals to be really good for this style of like super trancey, super solid techno. Alright, let's hear what that sounds like. Oh yeah. A lot of people tell me to make videos about this. What's good? Are you the the famous one? No, let's do this like the same amount of times that I have it hitting in the drop over here. I don't even have a reference track for this so far. Like, I imagine once I get one and then I put it in, I'm going to be doing a lot of changes to this. Cool. I kind of like how that's moving now with that little choir step. It might be too much. This is what happens when I don't use a reference track. Is I just end up doing way too much. Should we be scared? Not yet, but one day I'll take over the world. Hey, we all gonna take over the world. Sign and fire. Thank you, Josh. Hello there. Hey, Logic. Good to see you. What genres do you listen to besides techno and house? Or what genres inspire you the most? That's a good question. I mean, I listen to a lot of ambient music. Ambient music is definitely very good when it comes to making house and techno all day, because it's like, you know, you go from just hearing to like something kind of smoother. Definitely that's good. Honestly, I listen to a lot of hip hop. I listen to a lot of Playboi Carti. Like, if you go through my YouTube recommendations, honestly, it's probably just gonna be a bunch of spam, but then also Playboi Carti snippets. Like, I'm sure you guys heard Kid Cudi. Like, yo, check this song out. This song is so sick with Trippie Redd. I'll play this one.
And I really fuck these hoes. Young nigga got a lot of hoes. Lot of hoes. IG hoes. Twitter hoes. Stay here. Nigga got lots of hoes. Nigga all day lean. Hold on. Nigga like nigga can't see these checks. Young nigga got a lot of hoes. Lot of hoes.
That song's pretty sick. I'm listening to this song right now. It's like a really old, really easy, great song.
Trust me, but peek when you're falling back. Tell me not to call you, then you coming right back.
Personal taste is better for you. Hey, I appreciate that input.
Tell me not to call you, then you coming right back. Say you trust me, but peek when you're falling.
But yeah, that song's pretty hard. I like Lil Got It and Lil Keed right now too. This song is so crazy. Wait, where is it at? Here.
Mario! Oh Lord, Jesse made another one.
I put this drip together just like a rock star. Don't know my red lane, we special
with the guitar.
I talk about money, they talk cheap. On the highest split for the bands in a week. I'm shopping, rodeo, start rapping, it pays more. I smoke the bands, I'm fresh on the tree. Got my VVS is.
But yeah, I mean, I grew up as in American kid, so you know, this kind of stuff just comes to me, I guess. Sample a trippy red vocal on a track. I like metal. Does that make? Hope to be as good at making music as him one day. Hey man, just gotta keep working on it. Check out Jid. Yeah, Jid is really hard. I like Jid a lot. I mean, I kind of go back and forth between like woke shit and not so woke shit. Like right now, I like really not so woke shit.
It fit my wrist, so new but heavily.
Like listen to that. Like,
I try to talk. Only 19 and I never.
dude, that shit is so hard. And like, I don't know. I've also been into Lil Keed. I mean, pretty much everybody that's just like popular right now, I guess. But yeah, I listen to a lot of hip hop. You guys would be surprised. It's like just such a different world from house and techno. So like you guys that are just like very immersed in that might seem odd, but yeah, definitely like that. I don't know. Trying to think of more stuff. I like drum and bass. Let's add a little percussion in there. I'm going to get this one sound out of here. I'm going to be checking out the submissions really soon as well, guys. If you want to send tracks through, all the info is in the description. Yeah, I'm going to be giving feedback. So definitely send one through. Donations greatly appreciated. And yeah. That sounds cool. I can also get like this little sound. Yeah, okay. So like we'll just do like this and then like this. Delay on this sound as well. I'm gonna just get the delay in Ableton. I was in LA a couple weeks ago and got to see Oscar Malero in a warehouse. You got any 6 a.m. events? No, but that sounds pretty sick. I definitely need to get out to more stuff like that. I've just been working so much. Alright, let's give this like a... Let's get all this stuff in the group here, and then I'll put some processing on that. When the track view is happening pretty soon, I'm going to be pulling those up, yeah, pretty shortly. I'm just going to work on this for a few more moments here, and then I'll be checking out tracks. So definitely send one through if you haven't already, if you want to. Definitely send a donation as well. And yeah, do you prefer to DJ or perform live with the push? No, I prefer DJing, 100%. Like, the live set idea could be cool, but I think that a DJ set is like, it's kind of like the most efficient way, I feel like, of doing this thing live. Like, if you want to be super extra and, like, set up a whole thing with, like, pads and, like, session view, that's cool. And that can definitely work very well. There are definitely very efficient ways to do that. But I think, like, for me and the way that I work, definitely DJing. It just seems like the best way to perform. Strange question: are you more of a beer or wine person? Definitely say I'm more of a wine person. Just because I'm super pretentious though. And because I take myself way too seriously. Alright, there we go. That's cool. That sounds pretty good. Fair, I saw Yak live, and they smashed it. That sounds sick. I think every live performance I've seen... That's true. I just feel like it doesn't really, like... I don't know. I just feel like the live set is just kind of like I said, it's just kind of extra. It's like I feel like you can have, honestly, probably an easier and more real connection with the people you're playing the music for if you're just DJing. Because it's like... it's not that you're just playing music, quote unquote, but like kind of gives you a moment to breathe, you know? But when you have this whole live set and you're trying to trigger everything at exactly the right times and like make sure everything doesn't fall apart when it can fall apart very easily, I don't know. I've tried to do the live set before and it just feels very, like it just feels like I'm trying too much for something that isn't really that much better of an experience for the people. I could be wrong, but I mean, it also depends too. It's like the placebo effect. It's like if you know you're going to see Fiak and you're like, oh yes, they're going to play a live set. Like, that's so cool in your mind. Like, wow, they played a live set, you know? But I don't know. If they never said anything about a live set and just did a DJ set, chances are you probably would have been very happy to see them as well. Also, hello everybody who's new in here. Good to see you all. If you just come in, smash that like button. Let's get the likes up. As many likes as we have viewers. I'm going to be checking out feedback submissions really shortly. Wait, are you French? No, I'm not. People always think that. But I'm not. As my American accent will tell you. Let's give this like some more interesting automation here. Nice, and then I'm gonna add some extra note in this. change like every first one here basically and add an extra note of some sort just to make it like more interesting, you know? Like it could just be that, adding an extra note an octave up, but you can hear it's really gonna keep this interesting because throughout this whole track, I mean, we're constantly repeating the same little synth riff, and it's very catchy, but it can definitely get annoying to just hear the same thing over and over. So. Alright, there we go. So that just makes it a lot more interesting. Let's make one of these. Yeah, there we go. I wonder how one's kind of crazy like that. Alright, starting out pretty good. Let's save this. I am pretty proud of myself. I haven't used a reference track so far on this one, but like I said, when I pull up a reference track, it could end up being like completely garbage. Alright, sounds cool. Let's save this, and I'm going to pull up the emails now. So, if you guys want to send a track through for feedback, all the info for that is in the description. Donations are very greatly appreciated. I'll be checking these out now. If you want to skip the line and get your track heard first and get a lot more detailed feedback, definitely send a donation. Like I said, on the donations, I give a lot more detailed feedback, and you get, you know, some really honest, helpful critique that will make your stuff sound better. Alright, now, let's check out this first one here from Jack Bannister. There's another work in progress of mine. I'm trying to make it more interesting than the other terrible track of your last stream. No. Alright, we starting the stream off with a copyright strike. Nice one. No, I'm just kidding. I don't think I'll get a copyright strike. This is a good vocal sample though. Because it has that kind of, that vibe that's like popular in house now. Like that very like, I mean I guess it just, you know, it sounds like old soul music or something like that. But like, it's got that feeling to it. Hello, PTIYOP, what's up? Okay, this one's not bad. But you need to fatten up the kick and the bass and the drums a lot more, you know? I'll play you, like, let's just go to Spotify housework playlist, like, once Spotify loads. But yeah, like, your hi-hats and your kick and your snare and your clap and your bass just need to be fatter and stronger. Like, they're just not really cutting through that well. Like, you have a good idea for a oh, I spelled that wrong. You have a good idea for a track. Okay, that one's not good.
Sweat.
Like, listen to how big those drums and the bass and the hi-hat and stuff sound. They're gonna be like in something like Mark Knight. Like, you can hear it's just so big and in your face and exciting. So this is what I'd work on here. I would try and make this a bit stronger in that way. I always have trouble fattening the bass and kick. Dude, put them in a group together. Put some drum busts on the group. You'll have it. It's good, but too many times don't overuse it. Yeah, I was gonna say that too. I think the vocal, you gotta do something different. Like, chop up some of the Kanye vocals or something like that, cause it's just getting a little bit too repetitive. But yeah, thank you for sending that one through. This next one is from Flavio, Techno 2. Thought that was gonna just start playing. TM, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. This one's cool, Flavio, but honestly, I'm getting more house vibes than techno from this. Thanks, man. Instead of drum busts, I have Logic. Ah, nice one. A Logic. Speaking of Logic, thank you for the donation, man. We do a video on how to approach labels. Maybe in the future, once I've got like some more successful releases. To be honest with you, I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to do one of those types of videos. I feel like there's a lot of them. And I also feel like it's just not really my lane. Like, I'm not really focused on being a producer so much as I am focused on making music, if that makes any sense. Like, my goal here with this channel isn't to necessarily show you guys how to be a producer. It's like I am trying to show you guys how to be a producer, but it's like I'm trying to do that through my own creativity. Like, it's more like an outlet for me than anything. So, all that goes to say, if it comes down to like, yo, let me make a whatever it's called. Let me make a video on how to make music in this style, and let me make a video on how to get signed by labels. I'd much rather make the video on how to make music in this style because it's kind of like, you know, expressing my creativity. I just feel like it's more like real for me as well. Like me trying to make those like more business like videos. Like, I mean, I have the knowledge of that stuff and I know what's up with that, but it just doesn't. Yeah, I don't know. I just feel more comfortable and better just making music for you guys. I don't know. It's hard to explain. Plus, everybody wants me to make a video like that about how to get signed by labels, and it's better to always leave them wanting more. So. That was a very long-winded response. Hi, I know the videos. Eternity Sounds, good to see you. Thank you very much. Anyway, like I said, Flavio, this one is not bad. It's definitely more house than it is techno, at least in my eyes. If you want it to be more techno, try making it a little bit less swung and more like driving, like more like do as opposed to if that makes any sense. But yeah, thank you for sending that one through, Flavio. This next one here is from A Logic. Thank you for the donation, man. Hi, Julian. Sorry for sending in a track every single stream. Dude, that is totally cool. I think it helps me out a lot. That's fine. I mean, that's almost more just like an ego boost for me. Like, hey, my feedback is so good and honest that people keep coming back for more. I'm just kidding. I'm just trying to be funny. Here's my last project. Tried more melodic and mysterious techno with vocal from an interview from 1961. That's always good. Tried to mix it as well. Hope you like it. If I ever see you, we'll go grab a glass of wine. Yeah, for sure, bro. I'm down. Intention is showing you how to get signed. Yeah, that's like another side of it too. Is it's kind of like showing versus telling. If I tell you guys, hey, here's how you get signed to a label, like, yeah, you can watch that video and maybe get some knowledge. But think about like think about this. If you guys watch all my videos, I get tracks signed to really professional, high-quality labels. Then it's more so like I'm showing you than I'm telling you. Like now it's like, okay, clearly this guy knows what's up because he makes really good tutorials. And he's getting signed. It's like, I don't know, small stuff, but yeah. Resmos, Ito, what more do you want? Nah, I mean, I definitely think that video would do well if I made it, and I definitely think that it would be like a good one. It's just like, you know what I'm saying? Can't compromise your personal vision. What about Turek? Yeah, I love Turek. I discovered him in this one Spotify playlist that I have saved. I forget what it's called right now. It's called like Dreamy Vibes or something. Where's it at? There it is. But yeah, Turek, I don't know how you say that. I found him in here. Definitely some dope stuff. Right now I'm trying to find more ambient music that's kind of like Nils Fromm or like John Hopkins' Abandoned Window or something like that. Alright, I'm going to stop talking and listen to this track. Which labels are you signed to? I have an EP coming out on IMT in 8 days actually, on June 28th. I'm about to announce it. Long story as to why I haven't already. On July 17th, I have an EP coming out on Reload Black Label. I also have something coming on Autec Tone by the end of this year, hopefully. Maybe next year, I'm not sure, but I have signed it. We got stuff coming on Say What, Ramon Tapia's label. We got some stuff coming up, man. Hey, I recognize that lead. But I like what you did with it. And you're welcome to use it, because I'm not doing anything.
While we're talking about the ship in flight, there's one small mystery which I think possibly you may be able to clear up for us, but perhaps not. But I'd like to try. On the day when you were making the flight, on the day when Moscow Radio was describing you making the flight,
send me a message on
the
Instagram.
report that the flight had been made successfully, and that report was dated from Moscow the day before.
Right away. Hey Logic, this one's cool so far. I'm gonna keep listening through it, but I feel like it's a bit disjointed. Like, I kind of feel like you're just throwing parts in my face. With like a really concise, like well-structured track, I feel like what happens is like when you hear it, it's always going to what you think is like the most obvious part next. Like it's like for example, you get to the end of the break and they've worked so hard through the break to build it and make it feel like it's building to something that then you really, really want the drop, you know, stuff like that. But I feel like what's happening here is it's not really building that well. It's kind of just like different parts playing off of each other.
I can assure you quite authoritatively that evidently the correspondent of that paper felt he was better informed than the actual people who are in charge of this. Flight of this kind had in fact taken place either in the Soviet Union or in any other country. Made on April 12th was the first flight in history of this kind.
Yeah, that sounded a bit dark. You can definitely beef up like
space flight ever.
That organ riff is cool, but like, you have a good idea here.
The first manned space flight ever.
Yeah, like I said, you have a good idea here, dude. It's just the sounds aren't really quite there, and the arrangement isn't quite there. You need to just take this and put it with a reference track, and take this idea, like these MIDI files, and maybe some of these sounds, and just beef them up, make them stronger, make it all work better. Because, like, you have a cool idea with that organ. And with what's going on in here, you need to beef it up a bit more and make it a bit stronger. Like, if you had sharper drums and stronger hi-hats, it wouldn't sound like it was underwater anymore. Lead a great, track is great, but yeah, third drop. Yeah, man, I would just keep working on this one. You got the idea here, you just need to expand it a bit more. Hey, fam, Bradley, good to see you, dude. How you doing? But yeah, thank you for sending that one through, A-Logic. Thank you for the donation as well. Really appreciate that one. This next one here is from Jorge. I got to play this track out at a local event the other day. I feel like it's 80% done, but it's missing that ear candy. Any suggestions? Hey, let's find out. I always think they're going to start playing. Imagining you have it with some mastering on it. This thing is good. Then we very fast on it. I'm getting like Anna vibes. Big Hidden Beauties vibes. Cool. It has like an interesting texture to it. It's not just like dry. It's not just, you know, it's not just like your basic like super resonant 303 sound. It's just like it's something of fun. I do think you could do a little bit more here though. I'd love to hear like a high-end pad like type vibes over top of all this, you know. That's gonna use another layer. Yeah, so like it could be another layer in the 303. It could be anything. But just need something like one more element, I think. Also, a vocal sample would really tie this together. Like if you could get a really catchy one. Very loud. Yeah, let's turn this down a little. You maybe more automation on the 303. Like, you had that automation, but you could have had it moving throughout this whole part. Like, I'll show you an example. Like, if you look at the automation in this track, for example, see how the filter is pretty much never in the same place twice? That's what you want to do even more on your 303s. Like, this is just a super sauce, so it's like, I mean, I'm just doing it for a bit of movement. But with the 303, where the movement is everything, like I said, you want to have it just constantly in a different place. Use the arrangement. True. This is some of my monitors. Hi-hats are not strong enough. Yeah, I'm starting to think that too. Yeah, you definitely can fatten up the hi-hats. Like, I mean, you know, let's play something out of, like, where is it? There we go. Like, listen to the hi-hats in, I'm trying to find, like, a really, really solid track that I can think of. I mean, listen to the hi-hats in this track. It's not just like that bright high end. You can hear it's also like the sharp mid-range. And so that's what you need to work on. I'd also work on the kick. Try sampling a kick like I did here. Like how I was saying, like when you just want to get started quickly, I just took the kick from Gates of Dawn by Spectre. Try doing a bit of that. And then use it almost like the way you would use a reference track. Like go back and forth between that and the kick in your track. And then eventually, if you keep working with it, you will get your kick to be at that professional level. But it's just not quite there. So 3 pieces of advice here. Make the kick fatter. Actually 4 pieces. Make the kick fatter. Make the hi-hats and percussion stronger, more powerful, more sharp, and mid-rangey. Make the 303